No Spot Motivation, episode 18. Doomsday? Come out and play. If you've been watching the news lately or any form of mass media, YouTube, whatever, well, AI's taking over, huh? They're taking over. Maybe. By the way, before I keep getting into it, change the scenery a little bit. As you can probably see from the other episodes, some cars whizzing by. That might be picking up, I don't know. But we're doing this episode out here because look at this. Don't forget what's around us. The beauty of this world is so easily forgotten while these other ideas are being brought to attention. So, back to the point. AI, you got Bill Gates talking about how people are going to work 3 days a week, what have you, and it's going to take most of the jobs. Ironically, Google kids have been coding themselves out of a job for 10 years. I work in San Francisco primarily, and you'd see there's these kids paying $5,000-$6,000 a month for a 300 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment because they're making $250,000-$300,000 a year and they're 24, 25 years old. Nobody's looking into the future, but that's okay because all there is the present. And we should recognize the realities of what's happening. AI, no matter how you want to slice it, is the single greatest human injection into human behavior since the wheel or fire. It will be as necessary as anything else that has happened along the way, from the Industrial Revolution to the tech boom of the 90s, etc. But the narrative behind this is that we're all doomed. It's doomsday. So there's a reality that we need to learn these tools to utilize them as a concept in life. But we're so distracted. The last episode was about distraction, but I don't think we really got to the crux of all of this. Everyone's concerned about this Elon Trump connection. Money has been buying politics forever. Forever. We just now get to see it directly in real time. How ultimately money is power. Is this anything new? And we can all kick and scream until we're blue in the face. But to beat the man, you got to be the man. You want to run for city council? You want to run for Congress? You want to be a senator? You want to be the president? Is your goal to be the most powerful person in the world? All right. Good luck. Good luck. But I mean, it's been being said, but nobody's listening. Nobody's listening, apparently. I don't know. We have the social dilemma. We have the Matrix. We have music. Bob Dylan, Bob Marley, Rage Against the Machine. The name of the band is literally to be conscious of what is happening right now. And Evil Empire came out on April 16th, 1996. 96, bro. We're working on 30 years. 30 years of this at this point. But nobody was listening. I mean, here's some quotes. These are lyrics from Rage Against the Machine's Evil Empire, 1996. Vietnam. Terror is the product you push. Well, I'm a truth addict. Ah, shit, I got a head rush. Concluding with, fear is your only God. Checks out to me. No matter what's happening, all we have is right now, this present moment. We don't know. Sure, if we want to wrangle the idea that every job is going to go away and nobody cares and only the 1% are going to get to live, and I don't know, AI is going to recognize that we're not necessary. Well, we created it. Just like the Google kids created the codes that put all the layoffs into the job. That's what tech is. Tech is everyone creating the actual infrastructure to not have a job. But they're like, oh, but I make so much money now. Because everybody just gives a shit about money. Money, 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 money. And never stops to go, what are we talking about? So we force feed this mass media narrative into our face. This fear-based idea where ultimately at the end of the day, you have the choice to be outraged or joyful. Take what you have as a perspective or be upset about what you don't have, what you think you should have. Okay, these are all choices. It's a choice of distraction, just like the episode. It's a choice of being grateful for the time we have. Even if the machines take over and we all die, well, maybe the machines recognizing that humans are parasites is true. Look at what we've done to the world since the Industrial Revolution. 13.8 billion years this world has been forming. And we all but destroyed it in not even 200. Is there any accountability around? Anybody? Does anybody have any accountability? You recycle. Do what you can. We just shove it off. We shove it to away. Where the fuck is away? When I was starting to study sociology in college, I had a professor, Dennis Lum. Shout out Dennis Lum. A life-changing human. Not a day goes by I don't recognize, think about something that he taught within his class. And the main idea that he professed was commodity fetishism, which is this idea that we buy, we fill these voids, we justify the value of the time that we're sacrificing at jobs that most of us hate. Few people have the luxury of actually enjoying what they do for a living, but boy, is that a fractional percentage of reality. And everyone has their own challenges. They have these ideas that there isn't a way out, when the way out is right in front. Wonderful quote. Cages are not made of iron, they're made of thoughts. So what do you put in your mouth? What are you force feeding yourself, dude? The idea that quantum chips are going to outprocess everything? Computers have been outprocessing the human mind since they started. The phones we have are more powerful than the first computer that launched the first satellites into space, that guided the Apollo missions, that launched Sputnik. It's in your pocket. It's what I'm recording this video on, dude. Come on. Open up your eyes. And it all comes down to acceptance. It's all just acceptance. If these ideas happen, well, that's what's going to happen. It's not what's happening right now. Right now there is, look at this again. Look. There is so much beauty to see in the world. It's unbearable. It's unbearable to ingest the beauty that this world is, so we instead distract ourselves from it with nothingness. Last episode, I'm talking about Lost. This episode, I'm talking about AI on every homepage, For You page, all the pages we also shouldn't be looking at. I understand the irony of all of this as I'm putting this video on YouTube. But YouTube is the new mass media. Everything else is fear-based. If you want to find your way out, change your algorithm, dude. Change it. What are you choosing? What you're choosing, they keep telling you. And Facebook is engineered to create outrage. Do you want to be outraged? Is that a sensation? It's like watching a scary movie. To me, I don't get it. I don't understand. Why do you want to be scared, dude? You want to be scared? Life's scary enough. But no. Whatever we can do to take our eye off the ball. And history repeats itself. And the universe has a wonderful way of balancing itself out. And maybe we've done our time and that'll reset. Humans are only 100,000 years old. The universe is 13.8 billion. And we're one of 100 billion. It is inconceivable to the mind, just as AI is. How fast this processing power can take things into consideration is literally a point where the human mind isn't even accessible. Doctors are one of the jobs that will be removed. This thing can scan every New England Medical Journal article that's ever been written, every peer-reviewed anything, in a fraction of a second, and provide the best outcome from research that has started, when it became, what it developed, what was proven, what was disproven, what was revalidated, what was replicated. Lawyers, what do you want? Here's the code. This is the case. Write your book for you. Write your script for you. Analyze everything in a fraction of a second. This isn't necessarily bad. This can make life better. This can make information easier to access so we have more free time to be creative and productive and actually think about what we wanted to do instead of waking up, trudging ourselves out of bed into some world that we hate, some job that brings us no joy. But even then, is that what you're looking for? Sit around looking for the negative, you'll find it. Sit around looking for the positive, you'll find that too. It's right there. But there's another Rage Against the Machine lyric that was in Down Rodeo. Which, first of all, if you want to hear about history repeating itself, so now I'm rolling down a rodeo with a shotgun. These people ain't seen a brown-skinned man since their grandparents bought one. Checks out. This is the 1%, right? This is the people that we hate. Rich, white, powerful people that put themselves in positions of power. There's a few other people in there. There's some brown people in there. There's some other people. There's people that want to see change, but there's also people that can be bought and are bought. Most of them are bought. It's a uniparty system. It's not a Democratic Party. It's not a Republican Party. They all don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit. They care what affects them, not their constituents. But within that song, they continue, can't waste the day when the night brings a hearse. So make way and plead the fifth, because you can't plead the first. What's the fifth? Does anybody even know the amendments? Anybody? Anybody listening? Anybody trying to learn? Anybody trying to take accountability? Be vulnerable? Connect with other people? Is anybody? I don't know what's happening. I don't get it. I can control what I can control. I can't control what other people are doing. But here, let me help you. The fifth is the right to remain silent. The first is freedom of speech. So, 2 companies control all major media outlets. It was 5. before 1996, the 1996 Telecommunications Act under Clinton, a Democratic president. Again, here's a great example. It doesn't matter. Before the 1996 Telecommunications Act, a company could own 10 radio stations, TV networks. Remove that, doesn't matter. So you get Clear Channel, who becomes the biggest radio company in the world. Then you have ABC owning Disney, ESPN, ABC. You break it down to 5 companies for the most part. Now it's down to 2. 2. So you look at any news outlet on TV and you're going to get what they want you to hear, not what is really happening. How about the good news? Anybody seen that? Is there any good news? No, because fear is your only God. How about 300 million people in America obeyed traffic signals today and allowed society to maintain in a conducive way? How about 5,000 planes landed safely today? Nope. We just get the plane crash. We just get the psycho that drove their kids off a bridge. Not 800,000 parents were proud of their kids and showed them that instead of just saying that. And didn't just buy them shit to make them feel better. I mean, it's been being said. None of this is new. Timothy Leary's whole platform was tune in, turn off, drop out. Tune in, turn on, drop out. Tune in, turn on, drop out. Pay attention. Look around you. What really matters? Do these things really matter to you? We're going to die. And we are significantly insignificant and insignificantly significant at the same time. Zoom out, dude. We are specks. We are grains of sand on the beach of the universe. But what we do can ripple through eternity. Look at all these people that are dead. Everybody's still talking about it. Einstein, Hemingway, Lincoln, Roosevelt, Eisenhower. Which one do you want? Hit the books. Hit the books. Learn the history, then history doesn't repeat itself. Because also, those who do not know history are bound to repeat it. But we like to be distracted instead of learning. You couldn't learn everything if your life depended on it. Nobody has enough lifetime to learn everything. But they do have every day something they could be learning and they don't. Scroll, dude. Let's just scroll. Let's make sure we stay scared. Fear's the only God. I say bring it on. Doomsday. All right. What's the difference? It's going to happen or it's not going to happen. You know what, though? It is not happening right now. Period. Look where I'm sitting. Does this look like Doomsday? Kind of. It's raining. It's foggy. It's cloudy. It's not ideal. But look at this. These waves from the ocean are from wind that blew across the entire world. That have been in Hawaii. The air touching where I am right now was in Hawaii, and it came from Japan. And the currents underneath have shared life with fish that created their own ecosystem and survived in their own way and developed into organisms that we can't even see. We know more about space than we do our own ocean. There's aliens right out there, dude. We don't even know. They're still figuring it out. Explorer X? Something like that. There's some billionaire guy, I can't think of his name, funding more sea exploration than has ever been done. Not Jacques Cousteau. Actually doing something good. All right. But, okay. Again, there's good news. So, where are we going to go? We going to just sit in fear land and drown ourselves with discontentment until we can't breathe? Or bask in the unbearable beauty that this world and life is? I'll take the latter, dude. I'll take the ladder to that mountaintop. See what I did there? Ladder, L-A-T-T-E-R. Ladder, L-A-D-D-E-R. They sound the same, don't they? English is confusing. It's confusing. But if that escalator's broken, I'll take the stairs to the top. Sounds good to me. That sounds way better than being scared all the time, petrified. There's enough fossils and petrified forests of things that are petrified, and those still exist. Good God. So where does it really end? What really happens? All this energy, we're just beams of light and energy held within this temporary package that existed before us is going to exist after us. So what part of the wave are you going to be while you're still here? In the uncertainty, in the unknown. That's the real scary thing about the AI shit. It's unknown. So is tomorrow. So is right now. What the next second? We don't know. We don't know. The only certainty is uncertainty. Embrace that. Don't be scared of that. Don't keep yourself in a fear response of flight, fight, or freeze all the time. That's how you want to live? You can do that. That's very easy. We're programmed for that. Programmed to be running, and most of the time when it's flight, we can't leave anyway. So then we really panic. We really freak out and get our autonomic nervous system clamoring, grasping for hope. So where you ingest is what is amazing. I watched this documentary the other day, last night, called The Art of Life. Just this random guy in Hawaii who just kind of disconnected, bought some relatively uninhabitable land in Hawaii, cleared it, built himself a beautiful life, and has the most amazing outlook I've ever seen. I'm going to include that in the description of this video. There's also Step Into Liquid, my favorite surf movie, and it's not about surfing. It's about the lifestyle of surfing and how when you're really in touch with the ocean, it's because it's a wave that we can see, but the rest of the universe is operating in waves. So we can be in that element in nature, in this unbearable beauty that is the world we're in. This beautiful, beautiful place in this vast, incomprehensible space. Incomprehensible. The mind simply cannot grasp it. We're not there evolutionarily. Where we are evolutionarily is in tribes of about 150 people. That's Dunbar's number. We can keep about 150 names because that's all we need. And there is one guy that's usually a leader. That's why we think a president is important. There's someone of more sound mind that makes more rational decisions that become a greater outcome for the general society of 150 people, not 380 million or 8.23 billion people on Earth. And then there's the guys who are the hunters, and then there's the guys that build stuff good, and then there's the women who are more nurturing and they take care of the kids, and then there's the other women as their visual acuity is more better, they can pick better berries and keep the nutrition, and they cook, and everyone has a role. Everyone has their role. In a village, dude, in a tribe, that's why sports are so fun too. Because we can latch on to a tribe. Oh, this is important. I'm going to argue about something I have no control over, but I'm going to pay attention to it. And that's okay. It's fun to watch a game in real time. You don't know. We don't know anything. But we do know we can choose what we put into our mind. And what we get is what we give. And that is who we become. That is this synchronicity of the world. Where you choose to put your attention is the energy that you will have. So you put it into a fear land, you'll be scared all the time. You put it into trying to ingest the unbearable beauty, you will be in a positive, wonderful place. So, do you want to make fear your God? Or do you want to make joy the pursuit of your life? It's a choice. It's a choice, whatever distraction that you want to make. But start listening. Listen to yourself. Listen to the things that you're spending your time trying to change somebody's mind about. To me, it's all stupid. It's in the book. I wrote a book. That'll also be in the description. We're going to have 3 things in the links. We're going to have my book, which I would really appreciate you giving a chance. It's not for everybody, but if you do, links in the description. The Art of Life, links in the description. Step into Liquid, links in the description. Take some time and watch these things. Reframe where you are in your life. Zoom out, dude. Zoom out all the time. Zoom out. It's the solution to most things. Because otherwise you got your face pressed up against the mirror and you can't even see yourself. You definitely can't see what's next to it. You definitely can't see what's beyond it. Check out what's going on here. What works for you and what's not working. You can change that. I'm changing that. For me. That's all I can control. Highly recommended, highly suggested. So do with it what you will. But I think amongst all of this chitter chatter, we do have a beautiful future. We can unite in that, recognize that we're one, and just relax and carry on. Keep calm and carry on. Isn't that the bumper sticker? We can do that. We can do this. We can. Watch the link, start there. See what that does for you. Have a good night.